I am about to tell you something that might genuinely shock you. Something that millions of couples trying to get pregnant right now are doing every single night. A ritual they follow religiously, something passed down from their mother, something they read in a forum, something that feels so logical they have never once questioned it, and the science says it is doing absolutely nothing for their chances. I am Dr. Xyal, and after 15 years at fertility clinics across the United States, I have watched perfectly healthy couples spend months, sometimes over a year, trying to conceive while following advice with zero scientific foundation. Size, the position they choose, the 20 minutes they lie completely still afterward, the pillow under their hips, the legs kept in the air. These are the 4 fertility myths that most doctors never directly address. And the silence around them is costing couples real time and real heartbreak. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what the science says, and the one thing that research confirms matters more than every one of these myths combined. Before we go any further, drop a comment right now with just one number. How many months or years have you been trying to conceive? And if someone in your life gave you specific advice about lying down or using a pillow afterward, add the word "told" to your comment. You will understand in about 3 minutes why that advice, however well-meaning, may have been costing you peace of mind without adding a single percentage point to your chances. Here is a story I want you to sit with. A 33-year-old woman came to my clinic after 10 months of trying. She was doing everything, tracking her cycle, taking prenatal vitamins, and without fail, after every attempt, she lay completely still for exactly 22 minutes with a pillow under her hips. She had read it in a forum. A friend had confirmed it worked. Her own mother had said the same thing decades earlier. She came in convinced she was failing at some technical detail. The wrong position, not waiting long enough, getting up too soon. She was exhausted and demoralized. What I told her in that appointment changed everything. The 22 minutes, the pillow, the position. None of it, not 1 second of it, was influencing her chances. Within 3 months of redirecting her energy toward what actually works, she was pregnant. Here is what you need to understand first. The moment ejaculation occurs, sperm begin moving fast. Dr. Jen Conti, OB/GYN and medical advisor at Modern Fertility, has stated directly that sperm are propelled with such force and in such high numbers that positional differences simply do not pan out in practice. The American Society for Reproductive Medicine confirmed in their committee opinion published in Fertility and Sterility that sperm can reach the fallopian tubes within minutes of ejaculation, regardless of position. They are guided by the woman's own biology, cervical mucus, uterine contractions, the structure of the reproductive tract itself. They do not need your help from a pillow or an elevated hip position. Myth 1. Lying still for 15 to 20 minutes afterward increases your chances. This belief has been passed down through generations like medical fact. But here is what happened when researchers actually tested it. A large randomized clinical study tracked women undergoing intrauterine insemination, where sperm is placed directly inside the uterus. Half the women lay still for 15 minutes. Half got up immediately. The pregnancy rates were the same. Dr. William Schoolcraft, founder of the Colorado Center for Reproductive Medicine and one of the most cited IVF specialists in the United States, confirmed clearly there is no clinical evidence that remaining still after intercourse improves natural conception rates. Lying down does no harm, but it is not helping you. Myth 2. Certain positions give sperm a better path. When researchers used MRI imaging at the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy to observe internal anatomy during intercourse in different positions, they found no evidence that any position created superior conditions for fertilization. The Brazilian Federation of Gynecology and Obstetrics, in their official committee opinion, confirmed directly that sex positions do not increase conception rates. The ASRM agrees. What is comfortable and consistent for both partners matters far more than any specific angle. Myth 3. Keeping your legs elevated helps sperm travel upward. Sperm do not passively drift toward the egg. They swim actively using their own biological propulsion system. Dr. Jane Frederick, board-certified reproductive endocrinologist at HRC Fertility in California, has addressed this directly. Once sperm enter the reproductive tract, they are guided by biological and chemical signals, not by the angle of your hips. Elevating your legs feels purposeful. The science does not support the purpose. Myth 4. Daily sex maximizes your chances. Research published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that sex every day during the fertile window produces only a marginally higher pregnancy rate than every other day, and the difference is not clinically significant. More importantly, and this part almost never gets said out loud, a Harvard Medical School study found that women who completed a 10-week relaxation training program had a 55% pregnancy rate within 1 year. 20% of those who did not take the program did not get pregnant in that same time. The anxiety of trying to do everything perfectly every single day may be one of the most under-recognized factors working against conception. Now, here is what the science actually confirms makes a measurable difference. First, timing. Research tracking 221 women published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that the highest probability of conception occurred when intercourse happened in the 2 days before ovulation. The egg survives only 12 to 24 hours after release. Sperm survive up to 5 days inside the reproductive tract. The 5 days before ovulation and the day of ovulation itself, every 1 to 2 days, is your true window. Everything else is secondary to this by a significant margin. Second, lubricants. A study in fertility and sterility found that water-based lubricants, including KY jelly and Astroglide, reduce sperm motility by 60 to 100% within 60 minutes of intercourse. If you are using a standard lubricant, you may be unknowingly damaging sperm mid-journey. Switch to pre-seed or a natural oil instead. Third, regularity throughout the cycle. Because ovulation prediction is never perfectly precise, the fertility centers of Illinois confirmed that intercourse 2 to 3 times per week throughout the entire cycle, not just a narrow estimated window, produces higher overall conception rates. Here is what you now know. Lying still, elevated legs, and specific positions have no meaningful scientific support. Confirmed by the ASRM, the Brazilian Federation of Gynecology and Obstetrics, peer-reviewed MRI studies, and specialists at the Colorado Center for Reproductive Medicine and HRC Fertility, California. What actually moves the needle is timing intercourse to the 2 days before ovulation, switching to fertility-safe lubricants, and maintaining regular intercourse throughout the full cycle. You now have the evidence-based picture. It is worth more than every well-meaning myth you have been following. If this replaced something you have been doing with something that actually makes sense, drop the word clear in the comments right now and share this with someone trying to conceive who is spending energy on things the science does not support. That conversation could change their timeline. Subscribe because this is exactly what I do here. Research from peer-reviewed journals translated into plain language you can actually use. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. If you have been trying to conceive for 12 months without success, or 6 months if you are over 35, please consult a qualified reproductive specialist.